ale, nut brown ale. It's English or something. Hey, it's Brainmuffin back with a beer review you can use. And thank you so much for clicking like on these videos and subscribing. Click the bell notification so that YouTube, well, you get alerted. If you're on Rumble or some other platform, click the like there as well. It is very strange that on BitChute how many more views I get, but no comments. It's very strange. But anyway, so today we have from Blackstone Brewing, which is in Nashville. So even though I'm in East Tennessee, I've discovered that quite a few breweries around here don't bottle, or they put it in growlers. So we get a lot of stuff from other parts of the state. But that's fine. Down here in Tennessee, I'm trying to do some Tennessee. We'll do some North Carolina. We'll do some Virginia. We may even do some South Carolina breweries. May go down there. And up ahead, hopefully a road trip down to visit Big Rig Nick Utah. So here we have, it's an English style brown ale. A nut brown ale is, in my view, was a very popular style 10 or so years ago, maybe a little bit more, maybe 15. And it kind of faded out. We went through this hop phase, and now there's all kinds of goofy 8 stouts, and then there's some milkshake IPAs and some weird stuff. But a nut brown ale, if you're going to do it right, the nuttiness is supposed to be from the grains. Now usually, depends on what the brewer wants to do, you can take some malted grain, crystal malt in particular, and you fry it. I did this 20 plus years ago as a home brewer, almost 25 years ago, where I took some pale, like a 20L, some crystal, and then I put it in the oven about 300 degrees for about something like 10-15 minutes. I don't remember, it's been way too long. But it gives a nuttiness to you can even taste it when you taste the malt. You can do that with unmalted barley as well if you want. Some will do it with other types of malt. But basically you get this bake, and you can also get some malts as a home brewer that have already been baked at the right temperatures. And so you should get this kind of nutty aroma and taste. You don't have to necessarily use nuts. Now I don't know what they've done with this one. There's not a whole lot on here. Best before date is printed on the shoulder of the bottle. So the shoulder's here, in which case I can't see anything. So it has a nice nuttiness to it. It does smell like a brown ale. This is exactly the aroma that I was expecting. Now I can see if I can. The problem is they print on the shoulder in a black. Usually it's black. I don't see a date anywhere. So who knows? I got this off of the Try It rack. Build your own 6-pack at Food Lion downtown. But it smells good. So I don't see a date anywhere on the shoulder. Don't see one on the. And this is something that, Sam Adams kind of pioneered doing some freshness dating, but they did some goofy thing. You had to look up a code on the website. It was dumb. And then Budweiser did their Born on dating. Now Budweiser's crappy beer, but I'm like, just print it on the freaking label and make it obvious. But craft brewers, I don't know. So you got a nuttiness. Now it's a general nuttiness. It's not like a peanut or a walnut. It's just kind of this idea of nuts. Now there aren't any nuts in it. At least there shouldn't be. Now some brewers will do almond extract. They'll do some other things to really kick the nuttiness up. I've seen pecans, I've seen all kinds of stuff. But you just need the malts that are baked at the right temperature for the right amount of time that you want to impart a nuttiness aroma. So it feels like it's artificially carbonated. Feels like it's bright tank. I didn't hold it up. But you've got that kind of almost like a cola, like slightly reddish, slightly brown coloring. It's exactly spot on. It's kind of thin mouthfeel, which a nut brown ale is going to be, and it kind of gives some hints of kind of coffee-esque. That's the malts. So if you use a darker malt, but you use less of it, you'll get that nuttiness, and you may get toffee or dark toffee. Sometimes you'll get dark caramel or caramel. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce it now that I'm in Tennessee again. And you might get hints of just a suggestion of coffee, which this does have very late as Toby walks around on the hardwood floors, because that's what he does. Maybe he'll go upstairs. I just walked them. They all did their business. They're probably all done for the night. And unfortunately, we're out of the good treats, and that might be why he's kind of upset. But this is, oh, it has a slight sweetness to it. Very well done. I like this. Nut brown ales are, again, like I said, it used to be a big thing. This is a solid 4 in my view. There's definitely some room for improvement. It's smooth, it's malty, it's sweet, it's light. And got it at Food Line. But, you know, this is really just, and it's, because it's meant to be eaten with pub food, English pub food, Bangers and Mash is perfect with this. Perfect. Shepherd's Pie would also be perfect with this. Because of that, it's really meant to be on draft. It's decent in a bottle. One of the first craft beers I had moving in Cincinnati when I started to get back into things was a Nut Brown Ale from Mount Carmel. Now that's C-A-R-M-E-L, not caramel. There's just caramel. There's no in between the R and the M. And that one's a bit better than this one. And it's one of my earliest beer reviews. I don't remember if it was my first one, and that's the Let's Get Nutty. I did at the beginning of it, and people made fun of me. But at least I knew that, and my coworkers were watching my videos. That one's like a 4 1/4, maybe a 4 1/2 from what I remember. Go watch the video. You can probably tell me I said 5 out of 5 and I'm full of crap and I don't remember anything. That's fine. Now, that's a good 10 years ago. But the bottle doesn't do it justice. To really get it, whatever, you've got to have it on draft. And you really, really want to be persnickety, it's got to be an old style English where they got to you got to pump the beer out of the cellar. You got to have pub food with it, you know, chips or something like that. But really, Bangers and Mash, you know, Shepherd's Pie, some kind of English. You know, it's going to be brown and greasy, you know, good stuff. And this would be perfect with it. Now this does have the independent brewer on it. I love that. And this is a good brown ale, not great. And unfortunately I have no English. I don't even have some English cheeses to have with this. But I would love to try this on draft, because I bet you on draft it's a 4 1/2. There's some things there missed, which is why I'm not ranking it higher. And I'm not going to put it at the fault of the brewer necessarily, because I don't think it's a recipe problem. I think it's an ingredients problem. And I understand there's American two-row now, and I'm going to guess that they're using American two-row. They're probably using some caramel malts. I highly doubt they're using English malts, and then their water profile is not what it would be in England. It's probably close, but it's not the same. And that's what keeps an American version of a brown ale from being 5 out of 5. It's an English style. Now, if you make an American brown ale, I don't know what we would change about it. Maybe because now Mount Carmel's water is they have to use salt. It's a well water. They have to use a lot of salt. But a lot of places use city water typically. I mean, here we have a well, but our pH is like 8, 8.5. But it is so close. Yeah, see, the mouth feels a tiny bit thin. Thinner than it should be. It shouldn't be very heavy mouthfeel anyway. But that is the problem that a lot of American brewers have when they try to copy British styles or German styles. There's usually something missing. Usually they're using American malts. Now granted, you can get pale malts from England, you can get pale malts from Germany, you can get pale malts from, a lot of times it comes out of Belgium, sometimes in the Netherlands. But it's just kind of a miss. Now, you know, but I know I'm being very persnickety because it's a style I like. It's a style I see in like BJ, something like that, not done well at all. But this one's done very well. It is so close. And I want to leave a little bit of room, so if I ever find this on draft, I don't know, maybe I'll go visit my cousin in Nashville. Because, like I said, I bet you on draft it's at least a 4.5. And if I had it in a pub and I could get some good English pub food, even if it was an American version, this is the same problem with German restaurants I have within the States. Now, Italian restaurants in the States are a completely different matter. They're all garbage. Go to Italy and try and find the food, you'll never find it. The American version of every, I don't understand what Italy they visited, but especially northern Italy where I visited several times. And you get on the coast and there's a lot of seafood and it's like, there's no spaghetti and meatballs. That's all American invented. Ravioli, the pizza we have, all of it's Americanized. It's kind of like Chinese food. You can't find that in China either. But man, and I understand the longer I have it sitting there, the more it's going to open up, the more the malts are going to be there. It's very good. So I digress. I'm sorry this was long-winded. I've done too many of these, and I'm kind of frustrated I can't show the mountains behind me. And Toby's walking around with his long nails on the floor. I guarantee you, the minute I stop filming, he'll stop walking around. So, have you tried anything? Which one is this? Blackstone Brewing. Am I being too harsh? Am I not being harsh enough? Do you think this is really like a 3 out of 5 and I'm just being generous? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what other things are there you want me to try. Because, these are all new to me. So, let me know what you want. And thank you very much, and we'll see you. Goodbye. I really need, I'll just do this. Toby, chew on that thing and stop licking.